Alright, on today's video we're going to work on changing this Dalmatian spots from black to purple. Let's check it out. I'm on pixels.com. I searched dog and a lot of great photos, and there was one in particular that I liked. So right here, this Dalmatian, I really liked the photo, and I was thinking, well, what if these spots instead of black were a different color? That might look kind of cool or interesting. So I downloaded that, and now I'm going to open up Photoshop. I'm going to find that photo, which is right here. Here's my photo. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate it. So just do your a two-finger click or right click and click duplicate layer. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the dog. So I'm going to use my quick selection tool over here. This might be a little bit too big, so I'm going to use my brackets, make it a little smaller, and I'm going to go around, and hopefully it's pretty easy because the background's all one color. If you've got a lot of stuff in the background, you know, you might have to be more careful, but this should pick it up pretty easily, going all the way around. I'm just holding down the selection. I think I've got everything. That looks pretty good. You know, I'm not really concerned about that. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I've got my selection. I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the background, so I'm only looking at this layer that I'm trying to select. Click Select and Mask. It looks pretty good to me. Kind of the kind of standard settings here, nothing special. And I'm going to go create new layer. Click OK. And there's my dog. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now let's start to have some fun with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select, instead of selecting the way we just did, I want to just select the color black. Okay, so I'm going to go to Select Color Range. So this is another way to make a selection. It already kind of did it for me, but you can use this little eyedropper to select the color that you want to select. You just click it. You can, if you want to add a couple colors, you can click this plus button and click around your photo if there's like a bunch of shades of green you want to select. But I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to press OK, and there you go. So you can see my selection is a lot kind of more jagged. It's not as smooth because it's more focused on just these colors. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Select and Mask, and there's just all the black that I want, and I am going to create a new layer with Layer Mask right here. Click OK, and there we go. So I have a new layer with just the spots, but I also have this Layer Mask. And what a Layer Mask is it lets me kind of add and subtract from what is selected. So if I take all of this back, if I include this little copy, well, actually, let's change the color first. So I'm going to change the color of these spots, and I want to see the whole dog. So make sure you're clicked on just this top layer. We don't want to change the whole photo. We want to change just this. I'm going to do an adjustment layer here on Adjustments, Hue Saturation, and I want this to be clipped. So I'm going to click on here. That's going to clip it to this top layer, so it only adjusts that, and I'm going to move the slider. And you notice nothing's happening. And the reason nothing's happening is because we are trying to adjust the hue of black, and that doesn't work. You can't really adjust black. There's no other colors to change it to. So we click Colorize. And now when I do it, Now you can see it's changing those spots. But for me, not enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saturate it more. I'm going to bring up the saturation. And now I can really see some colors changing. So maybe I like, I don't know, kind of this purplish color like that. I think that looks kind of cool. So I'm going to do that. But now if you look, the nose has changed as well, right? And the eyes changed, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, because if I look at just this, that's my selection. So you notice the nose was selected, and that was changing. So, right, I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show my background just so you can see. I'm going to click on my layer mask here. And basically, anything in white is going to show through. Anything in black is going to be hidden or kind of deselected. So on black, I'm going to make sure I'm on black right now. I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and I'm going to paint over the nose. So that's going to mask that nose. And I'm holding down and painting over it. And you can see that now it's going back to its normal color. And if you need to adjust the size, you can adjust the size. So there we go. I just want just the spots. Same thing, the eyes. I don't want anything to happen to those eyes. I don't want any purple in there. So I'm going to mask that out. Same thing over here. Mask that out. And that's looking better. There's a little bit of, I don't know, his gums or something there. I can mask that out. And that looks a lot better. All right, last thing I'm going to do is now I don't need this background layer. I just want this because I want to create my own background. To get ready to make the background, I need a background layer, so I'm just going to create a new layer here. And I want this, drag it underneath there. So this is my background layer. So I'm only adjusting this background layer. It won't change anything with the dog or anything. So I'm going to click in the middle and drag up. And there's a little bit of there's my background, but I want it switched. So I want kind of light in the middle and dark as it goes out. So let me switch the colors. Get rid of that. Let's see. So maybe I'll make that white. Do the same thing. Let's see. That looks better. So I've got white in the middle. It fades to gray going out. And there is my dog. And if I want to save it, I'll just click Save As. And if I want to save it as a PSD file, maybe I'll just save it to the desktop. PSD means it's a Photoshop file. I can come back and edit any of these layers. Or if I'm happy with it, I'll just save it as a JPEG. And I can rename it Dalmatian Purple. And there we go. Save it maximum. So if I go to my desktop, there is my Dalmatian with a little bit of purple in there.